All right, guys, what is going on? We are live. Welcome back to the Unconventional Mindset. I'm not even sure if that's going to be the name of this series, but anyways, moving on. My name's Odum, and of course, what we do here is every Monday through Friday we get together right here on YouTube. We live stream our process as we work towards building ourselves a company which is going to generate us $1 million in revenue every single year. And of course, that company is Pixel Pieces, which is our Webflow template and component library. And we don't have any templates yet, but that's what we're going to get into today. Is we're going to start building our first template. And this one is going to be, it shouldn't take us too long. I think it'll take us probably 2 days to get this thing done, or at least 2 streams anyways. And I think today we'll work in, what is this program called? Figma. And then tomorrow we'll probably design or build everything out in Webflow. But we'll see how things go, how things move along today. Because this is going to be something that is very, very simple. It's going to be a little bit of a different thing than a style guide, because the style guides are really useful, of course, for giving you a starting point for kind of how to name and structure your classes, and gives you information on kind of how to structure a Webflow project. But I want to take this just a slight step further, like 1.5 steps or like half a step or something like that, where we'll put down some foundational elements where you can use it as both a style guide, but also as a framework to kind of build on a couple pages. So just like having a CMS kind of already kind of set to go, and like a home page and maybe like an about page, almost like you would in starting out with a kind of very simple WordPress project. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to keep everything very, very simple here. And we'll kind of show you what I mean, how the homepage, landing page is going to be very, very simple and straightforward. So I have Figma open up here. So we're just going to jump right in and get started. And of course, what this thing is going to be called is calling it Naked Flow. Kind of like a Webflow, but Naked Flow as like a naked Webflow project. So we're going to just use the Inter font. I think that's going to be just fine. We're going to, for the title, I think we're going to bold it, and we might, actually, I think we'll keep it lowercase. I think I kind of like that. And we're going to have some navigation. So we're going to have about, so we're going to have a few different pages. Oops, I don't know what just happened there. I want to copy and paste that. And then I guess we'll have like what a page looks like, and a page, and then like a post, which will be kind of your blog post. And I think the last thing, we'll have is kind of like the clone button, clone project or get project. Well, I think clone project, maybe that'll be good. And this one will essentially be like a button, which I think maybe we'll do right now. And we'll keep it, I think we'll keep everything mostly black and white for everything. But this text, okay, well, first we're going to Shift A, put it into a frame. We're just going to call this button. And we're definitely going to fill it with black. And our, whoops, that's wrong. Where's the color? I think I need to get it here, right? I think I wouldn't mind have a little bit of some rounded corners on this one. Maybe we'll make it 8. We'll make it half of a pixel, or half of an REM. Okay. So clone project. Do we want to, because it's a button? I don't know if we want it bold. Let's just keep it as it is right now. Let's see. I don't like the spacing as much here. No, that's too much. Yeah, something like that is good. And the about is actually going to be a page, so I don't think. We might want to keep them separate because the page is going to have basically a little bit of a preview of what some of the elements are going to be. I think because we already do have that in the style guide, which I should actually bring up here, just so we can see here. So we look at our style guide here. And I had started working on this quite a while before, but I think this was before I finished the style guide, and we're going to use the style guide as our starting point. So let's just have a look at our style guide here. We want to have a look. And if we go to a visual view, yeah, I mean, it has this here, but yeah, I think there's other better ways that we can display this. Yeah, excellent. Okay. So very simple here. This is our navigation. And this whole here, this is our header. Yeah, that layout's fine. I think our width, maybe even just make it 1,000 and let's center it. Perfect. One thing I'm not sold on is this right here. Or get a naked flow. Something like that. Okay. We're going to have our initial introduction. So what's going to say? Something like a bare bones starter project for bare bones Webflow starter project. I think maybe just even simple like this. A bare bones starter project for Webflow. So we have that. This is going to be H1, and our H1 style is, if we go back to code view, we'll be able to see exactly 2.5. So 16 times 2.5. We can have it like this, and we could shift it probably like something like that. Center the whole thing. And then we could say naked flow gives you a minimal starting point for creating, let's say simple Webflow websites with static pages and a blog section. It's like something like that, right? I don't know exactly what size this should be. I don't know if we should make it just your regular size, what the text is going to be. What size is this? This is 450, so we should make this about the same, right? And then actually, I want to copy this button. There we go. we can say, whoop, learn more. And this will be just the hero. And then let's put this in another frame. Hero text. Yeah. We'll have that, and then we're going to really just have a section for the posts. So I'll just have this here, and then we'll bold. We'll make that bold. And then welcome to Naked Flow, a minimal Webflow starter project. And I think maybe we can keep it bold. Can have it there. And we want to have some starter text. So basically, keep like a little introductory or like an excerpt will be below here. I would like to welcome you to this Webflow project, which is combines simplicity with, I don't know, functionality. Make this regular. And I think with this subtext here, we'll make it lighter. And I don't have these colors exactly picked out here. But something around there. Okay. So we're going to have two sides to this. It's going to have the title and then the excerpt, and then we're going to have the date and then the author on here. And I think we'll make the date look a little bit like a tag. So in their date, we're going to go, I always like to put, so what are we today? We're July, right? July 3rd, 2024. So but the one thing with the date, we'll make it a little bit smaller and put it in a frame. We're just going to call this post date. And do want to give it a fill. Again, I think we're going to make this quite light. Something like that. I think 8 is what we're using for our rounded corners. There we go. That looks pretty good. The text itself is too dark. Something around there. And then we have a written by author. I can't think of a name offhand. I'll just use mine. And this color, of course, we're going to change it to this. There we go. Okay, so let's take this and this. I'm going to put that in, and call it post meta. And this, we'll put that in post text. Okay, post text, we're going to put this. Move 12, maybe that's even too much. 8, yeah, something like that. And actually, this guy here needs to go, yeah. Yeah, 500 is good. We'll actually keep this at 500 as well. Space between here, let's say, keep it at 8 as well. So these two here can come together and create just an individual post, but we're gonna, how do we want to align this actually? We either want to align it at the top or at the bottom. And I'm thinking we align it at the bottom. No, because what if this is only one line? In fact, let's look at the line spacing here. And one thing what we want to do as well, actually, is space it this way. Make sure they're both pushing out at the sides. Maybe we can make it even smaller here. Actually center this in the middle like that. Does it need to be like this? I think it does. Because we're going to have, let's just do 2 of them. I don't know what difference we should put between here. I think maybe we should go 16 times 3. Yeah. And this is hello world. Say the first one. Welcome to the best Webflow starter project on the internet. And then if you look at this one, yeah, it's aligned up at the top, which is what's going to make the most sense. Because if it's aligned at the bottom, it's just going to push that date up higher than this. And I think that'll look weird. Actually, it doesn't look that bad. Let's look at this one. If we do the same here. Does that even look better? It's hard to tell. Can I select both of them? I can. What's going to look better? Still feel lining up at the top. I think just leads the eye just a little bit better, because this one everything looks a little offset. We don't want it to look a little bit. We don't want it to look chaotic. So I like this. Okay. So we'll have this. And then the only other thing that we're going to have is the footer, which I think should have. What's the alt code for copyright? I don't remember. Let's look it up. It's like 20 something. So I think it's 2046. Alt code copyright 0169. Right. I was way off. Alt 0169. Copyright 2024 Naked Flow, which will be whatever obviously the user is going to want it to be. We don't want this bolded, so it's regular, and we'll give it the same color. We should actually put this in. Let's call this post 1, post 2. Actually, we can just go Shift A and we'll just call this posts. We need to have, I guess, this here, right? Posts. Rolando, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. How you doing today? I'm getting all set for, I guess, what is it? Hump day in the middle of the week, getting ready for the weekend. I would like it better how it would look if you leave the welcome post fixed, then under that a grid of 3 or 5 cards. So this way you guide users to what is really important, I think. So this is where I know I am. It's always going to be a what's the word I'm looking for? A push-pull between giving them an idea of the functionality and giving them a good starting point versus how far down the process do you lead them down the design road. So I think like the purpose of what I want to do with this starter project is to be really, really bare bones. So it's just the bare minimum of what you can do, and like what's available in terms of like having, say, like a blog collection, and just iterate through the blog post. And then that's it. And then once we develop other themes and other templates, then we can go further into like actually designing something that has like a specific goal or a specific function in mind. So that's why, like, for my thoughts and my thinking about this, I don't want to go delve into different ways to actually display a series of posts. Because even for, like, as soon as you start going into grids, it's like, to me, that defeats the whole purpose of having something that is super, super bare minimal, where you can go ahead and take a blank collection list and style it as you want. Because if it has a grid or if it has all these other styles applied to it, if you want to do something else, you're just going to have to undo that anyways, right? Unless it's exactly what you want. So that's why I'm trying to keep it as minimal as possible. And I mean, I agree with you. Like something like this, that's just a minimal, just list, is not very functional in something that you would probably want to have on your final product. But as a template that gives you your starting point, it allows flexibility and freedom for the designer to take it in different directions based on what it is that they want to accomplish. So that's kind of the idea of why I'm kind of putting it out like this. And I think even in the collection, well, we'll see what happens when we actually get into Webflow. But I don't think we're going to have that many posts. I think there might just be 2 posts that are displayed. So, like, I don't want to fill it in with like 5, 6, 7 different just filler CMS items, which the user is just going to have to delete anyways, right? So that's my thought process. And I could definitely be wrong there. But that's just kind of what I'm thinking. Right. And the only thing that for the footer, I mean, we could just leave it as a copy right now, but we could also duplicate this item. I don't even know if we want to do that. I can duplicate the navigation. I don't know. It could even be just leaving it nice and simple like this. And then this guy here, a little bit smaller font. And then the idea is, yeah, this would be the home page for what you would see when you would land on, instead of the style guide, which again is just, how can we, right. When you land on style guide, you see this, which is all good and all fine and dandy, but you're always kind of left with, well, how do I start this project? Right? So because you're on here and you're like, oh, well, there's the home page, but then there's the code view, and then there's the visual view, which gives you, which again, it's great because it gives you everything that you need to see in terms of what the classes and what the structures are. But it doesn't really show you, like, if you want to start this, you have to have, I guess with the style guide is you have to know a little bit about Webflow to get going. But with this, you can at least duplicate this project and know kind of, all right, I can just click on here and I can just already start to figure out how I want to put together, like, say it's a simple blog, right? Because this could be like, if you just want, say, a simple blog, I mean, you can get going with this pretty quickly, right? Yeah. Okay. So let's just put this thing, I mean, we'll keep it there, I guess. So now we need to duplicate this. They're always on the different pages. Okay, so this is home, and let's go to the about page. And how could we do this to make it maybe stand out just a little bit? Just to give it a little bit of flair. So about Naked Flow. So I'm not sure what the content is going to be here exactly, but it's really going to be just me talking about, I guess maybe the business. Maybe, okay. It'll talk maybe one paragraph about like who it's for and what it's for. And then the second paragraph will be maybe about Pixel and kind of like who built it or whatever. Right. So that's it. It's basically just going to be like 2 paragraphs. So how can we do that? I mean, we could display it. We could try something a little bit different where, we take the text or the heading and we put it here. What's going on here? Can't go out. And let's delete all this stuff. I don't know what's going on here. Okay. We could have a heading here and then text. Like we could just kind of left align things. Blah, blah, blah. And like, that's it. We could also kind of do the same thing where it's aligned up to here. So again, on the inside, it's like 800 pixels, or what's this one? Yeah, 800, right? And that's kind of the max. So we could do something like that, which now that I'm looking about it, I think that's kind of the direction that I want to go. I think I like that. So, except the only thing different is I think I would want to make this smaller. Probably even like an H3 sizing, which will be headings. H3, 1.75. So 16 times 1.75. Yeah. And then this just your regular 130%. Oh, I deleted everything here. Let's. This is text. Okay. So just for now, where's the lorem ipsum generator? I think there's one probably built into Figma, but I'll just take one from here. 800. Where am I? Oh, right. I need to close this home. Then, oh, come on. Then the color. There we go. Yeah, and we could do something like this. Pixel. Again, just kind of basically just placeholder text here. So we kind of figure out what we want to say. But there's nothing too crazy with this page at all. Maybe just even leave it like that. 16 times 3. Difference between these ones. Let's go 16 times 3 is 1.5. No, not even. That's too much. There we go. All right, so that gets you onto your about page. And this one, geez, stop that. This one will be the post page. Now the post page is definitely going to feature the rich text elements section. But again, what could we do here that's different? Well, I don't think we need to be that different. We have the about right there. I mean, if we what is going on here? Oh, there we go. Could design this as, well, we definitely need the title, right? then we also want to have somewhere we want to have the author and the date as well. Yeah, I was thinking of doing something fancy where everything's kind of on the sidebar, but I think that's going to be way too much. Post meta. Let's move this out. I actually don't like this here. Delete that. Oh, what just happened? There we go. On July 3rd, 2024. Okay, and just hug, I think is what we want. There we go. Right, and then we just have the actual content of the post. Which will be in rich text. I think that's what we'd want. Yeah. Brent, yeah, how's it going? Not too bad. Not too bad at all. Yeah, welcome. Yeah, it's been a minute. It's been a few weeks or whatever. How you been? Been busy, I guess, I would imagine. But yeah, over here, we're still doing good. We're still plugging away. And really, I guess basically the big thing is I'm getting my studio all set up in the back here. And I've started shooting a bunch of videos. And soon, hopefully next week, we're going to start our really big marketing campaign where we're just going to push out as many educational videos as we possibly can. So that's what we're working on over here. And the name of the game over the summer and fall and just from now until forever is to get as many people as we can to know about Pixel. Oh, nice. On vacation. Very nice. I hope it was relaxing and uneventful, as a vacation should be in terms of, difficulties in travels or whatever, but very eventful in terms of being relaxing and all that kind of stuff. Did you do anything cool? Did you get get away anywhere special? I know Rolando just came back from a trip to Vancouver, which is pretty cool. I mean, other than the fact that it's in Canada, but other than that. Okay. Went to the southern of Spain. Was amazing. Yeah, I've heard nothing but great things about Spain. Yeah, I'm pretty jealous, but happy that you went there, and that was amazing too. Nothing beats having like an actual really, really good vacation. I mean, you've heard of some horror stories of people having horrible vacations, and wouldn't want to wish that on my worst enemy, or except for maybe some enemies. I guess having a bad vacation is not too bad. Like a politician or something, they can have bad vacations. So they don't really work very hard anyways. Well, that's good. That's awesome. I was just telling someone the other day, I think it was just yesterday actually, that I'd never been to Europe and I need to go. Well, I don't need to go. I would very, very, very much like to go. Right, we're good here. I don't think we need to, because this is just going to be rich text stuff, and that's already been designed in terms of in the style guide, right? So if we go over here to rich text, we have that here, and maybe we let's view this in, where's the, I don't have the scroll bars here. What's going on there? I got to fix that. I must have scroll bars hidden. No, it's not hidden. It's just very, 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 very faint. There they are. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I remember that. I gotta fix that. Okay. Yeah, so it's gonna look somewhat like this, except we're gonna need to have actual text. Okay. So are we missing anything else in here? I don't think so. Again, we'll have a generic page, which is going to talk about. It's almost I'll just even kind of get a lot of inspiration from how WordPress does their generic page. Or maybe that's not even necessary, because an about page is basically a page in itself. I'm just looking at the navigation here, and if we even need to have like the difference between the about and then a page, because this is going to be a page within Webflow. Yeah. Yeah, I think we'll be good with just the two. Okay. Let's try. Let's hop into Webflow and see what we can do here. So normally, I guess we clone the style guide, but since we're already here, we're just gonna start with this. So we have this one that I was working on before, but I'm gonna just do a fresh one, because this one I don't think I started using the style guide, because this one I started before this version of the style guide was finished. So we're gonna clone this one, or well, in this case, we're just gonna duplicate it. So we'll just duplicate it. Yeah, we'll just copy everything. And this shouldn't take very long at all. Let's just maybe refresh. Right, here we go. Just go into settings. We're gonna call this definitely naked flow. We're just gonna put maybe just 2 here, just because we know it's the second one. And for publishing, that's already taken, right, with the other one, but we'll just use this one. And then we'll save that. Okay. Okay, so I just want to make sure I have everything. Right, global styles and everything. Okay. So we're good to go. Let's go into the designer. Spain is where they have the bull runs, isn't it? Or where you're running in with like the big tomato fight. Is that in Spain as well too? I don't know, but I was thinking of that. I'm like, that would be really cool to go see. And then the second question would be, Brent, did you actually see any of that stuff? Any of that? Or did you like run with the bulls or take part in that giant tomato fight? All right, so we're going to create a new page. And we're just going to call this, just for right now, Naked Flow, which is going to be our home page. We're going to call it a minimal Webflow starter project based off of the Pi style guide. Okay, and we do have global styles. So let's just copy all of this here real quick. We'll paste this in, then we'll delete that. And when we have our page wrapper, and then I think we want to have, yeah, the main and then just container sections. So I think for this one, we'll start with container. TT, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Can you set up for me my Python code? Don't know what that means. So probably not, I guess. But yeah, if you have maybe a little bit more, if you give me a little bit more, what you mean there? Maybe I can help you out. Ronald's asking for Brent, Sevilla or Barcelona? Yeah, in terms of which cities in Spain. I'm sure there's got to be more than those two cities, but I guess those are the two main ones. Or I guess maybe that would be, those ones would be the main ones in the south of Spain. I don't know. So we have container, and then we have no, not like that. We're gonna go div, we're gonna go section. Oh, sorry, let me zoom in a little bit here. There we go. And then this is going to be our header. And here's actually one thing that's a little bit interesting. Our sections already have, yeah, these things already have styles associated with them because of the style guide. So now we're going to have to figure out, see what's going to make the most sense. Okay. This is going to be, one thing that we need to set up, I think, in this project is our fonts, right? So let's go to site settings. And look at fonts. Oh, this already has Roboto and Inter, right? Yeah, because that gets copied over. Nice. All right. Kevin, how's it going? Welcome. I think 500 subs by the end of the week. Pizza party on Friday. Well, definitely pizza party no matter how many subs. But last I checked, it was 494 this morning. Are there any more? Let me check. Well, still at 494. Well, that's okay. Yeah, 6 more to get to 500. Yeah, it's exciting. Yeah, looking forward to I don't know, break it through the 500 and then on the way to 1,000, I guess, would be the next milestone. But yeah, thanks. Yeah, it's exciting. Okay. What is our primary font here? Take a look at our primary font. Oh, interesting. They got this new button here with a new variable at the end of each one. Primary font is Inter. Okay, that's what we want. And let's just take a quick look back what we have here. Right. So we're going to have our should we do, what kind of navigation should we do? We could very well just do a very, very basic navbar. But this one has a bunch of stuff that I don't even like. We could delete that and delete that. And just have a quick look here. Right. I hate working with native Webflow things. That's okay. So navbar, background color, we got to make it transparent. Nav links. You go down to 0. Oh, wait, hang on. Nav link. Nav underscore link. So I think the links we're going to have are about, post, but then this one's actually going to be a button, right? Which is going to be like get the theme, download, whatever. Oh, now I'm thinking about pizza. Now I want pizza. Oh, man. And button. Now I wonder if we're going to keep it with the same button. We might. Okay. And nav links. You guys need to go down to 0. And this whole nav underscore menu. And it got to flex you, display you in the middle, and get some spacing in between you. There we go. I think we'll fix that menu button. Yeah, we'll fix that later. We'll fix that later. Let's get just the general layout done. Okay, so we have, what do we have here? We have the header. It has a border. This is interesting. So if I go back and look at the style guide just for a second here, let's go back here. Actually, I guess we can just even look at it here. Because I guess, is there a header? There shouldn't even be a header. Why is there a header? Style, maybe, hang on. Maybe I need to clear the styles. Maybe I didn't do that. Because I wanted to make it, when you download the style guide, that there's not going to be any kind of interfering class names that are, especially your common names like header, navigation, or footer. So I think the problem is, close that one. Where am I? Where am I? I should be here. Didn't I rename this? I'm all over the place. Yeah, so the way that I named everything, I used kind of pi in front of everything, so there shouldn't be any conflicting class names for generically named classes. So why I have header here and it has all these styles, I don't know. So if I delete this, if I go here, let me search for header. So it's here, but where is it being used? Can I see where it's being used? Oh, I just deleted it. Can I undo what I did? So it's got all that stuff, but does it tell me where it's being used? Oh. I thought there was a place in Webflow now that it allows you to see where a class is being used. Maybe this one will here in FinSuite. Elements affected on this page. No effect of elements on other pages. So it's not even here. So this must have just been something. Okay, I'm going to have to go into the style guide and delete and clear out all the styles. In fact, let's do that. Well, let's do it here first and then we'll do it. Yeah, oh my goodness, there's a bunch of stuff that I didn't delete. Oh yeah, that's a lot. Okay, remove all of these. So just real quick, Let's go back to Webflow. Let's go to the actual style guide. This is the one where people can download right now. And let's clear out all these styles. As if I didn't do that before pushing this. That's bad of me. So publish. Okay, good. All right, so now we can go back to calling this header. And we still want to display it flex and push it over like this. The only difference now is there's no underline, there's no any of that kind of nonsense going on. Okay. And this section as well, where is that being called on? Because that shouldn't be here either. Style guide, visual view. Does it tell me where? Where can I find the class name? Oh, right here. What's that supposed to be then? It's not supposed to be section. Oh, right. Okay, hang on. Right. So in the style guide, the section class has the only thing it has is the padding on the top and bottom set for whatever the section padding is in the actual variables panel. So on that I have here under layout section padding. So it's 6 rem. So I guess what I can do, there's two ways that I can go about this, I think, is I can forego putting this thing in a section, or I could change what the actual padding is between each section. And I think the header might be okay being on its own. So if we keep the header on its own, then we could add top and bottom padding or whatever to it. Yeah, because we're going to go like this. We're going to do this. We're going to give this the page main around here, and setting that's going to be main. And this, of course, is going to be header. And then in here, this will give this a class. Oh, no. This is going to have a class of section. And then we'll have our heading. And we're going to go here, copy this. H1. Perfect. I think Control-Alt-G to wrap it in a div. And I think we want this one to be, are we using text align center or just center? Now I can't remember what we're using to align items. Let's look at the visual view. Margins, utilities, probably under utility. Let's go down there. Because we do have text alignment, but I don't know if that's the same thing for everything within that element, right? Utility. Yeah, utility center. So just, that's going to be the class that we're going to want to use instead. So let's go back here. I think that'll work. Back here. fact, they should, oh no, that's not going to work because, yeah. Right, because that's only going to, how's that? Right, that's not centering everything within the div. It's centering that div to whatever its parent element is. So what we would need to do, well, then its width would have to change as well too, right? Because if we change this at 500, then that whole thing would center, you know, within this whole section here. That's not quite what we want. So yeah, I think what we do want is we want to just align the text in here in the middle. And then we're going to have our subtitle here. And what should we call this? I think we should just call this subtitle. So we're going to have to come up with some generic classes for this one here, for this project. And then we need to create a button and give this a class of button. And we're going to call this learn more. But beyond this, I think we should actually rename this, and we should go, what should we call this? I think we're just going to call it hero. And because we want to align this in the middle, we don't need to use text align center because we'll just align everything. But I do think we should limit its size. And we should give it a max width of 30. And we're going to have to text line everything anyways. There we go. And subtitle, I think we're going to go to 18 pixels, right? Oop. .125. There we go. Okay. Yeah, not bad. So if we take a look at our header, I think we're okay to just give this a little bit of padding. Should we give it padding? Maybe we should give it a margin. Or should we do it on the whole page? I don't know. I don't know. Let's do it on the header for now. Okay, so now we need to create a new CMS collection. So we're going to create blog posts. And what do we like to have? Post content. Write your blog post here. I don't know if you even want to make anything required. I'll just save that. A very short summary, very short one-line summary of the post, which will appear on the homepage post gallery view. Oh, this is cool if you can actually limit the number of characters. Let's do that. Okay, again, wait a minute. I don't think we need to do that because now I'm thinking too much again of designing. I'm not designing so much for people to use this one fresh out the box as a full-blown. Well, maybe people might want to if they want something super, super simple. Yeah, let's do it. No, I don't want double images. It makes just things confusing. No color. Featured. I feel like there's there's a few things that I've noticed with when you're dealing with featured images, or sorry, featured blog posts. It gets a little bit confusing when you're creating a collection. Say you have 10 blog posts and somebody features one, right? Because you want that on the top. So you'll have like one collection that just filter by anything that's featured and just take the most recent one. But then if you want to have the rest of your blog posts below that, below the featured image, you can have collection items, but then exclude ones that are featured. So you don't have them showing twice. But the problem comes when, say, a user who's continually writing new blog posts and they don't go back and like unfeature things, but just kind of feature the ones that they want at the top. They can have, say, out of 100 blog posts, they'll have 10 of them that are featured, but the featured section on the top only has, like, say, the first featured blog posts. The collection below that just filters out all the blog posts that aren't or that are featured. You're gonna miss a whole bunch of different blog posts. So you'd have to do some kind of fancy stuff outside of just using your straight way to filter through your collection items. You're gonna have to do that outside of Webflow in order to get it to behave how you want it to behave. Now, maybe there's something that FinSuite does to help with that, but yeah, it's just kind of a pain in the butt when you have featured versus non-featured and wanting to only say exclude all the featured posts except for the first one or something like that, right? You can't really get that granular when you're trying to loop through your collection items. So it's a little bit of a pain in the butt. So if I ever find something to fix that, I'll certainly let you guys know. All right. So we'll say post image. Upload an image to use as a featured picture at the top of each post. I guess. Yeah, something like that. Okay. So we'll create that collection. And we're going to create. Oh, geez. I totally forgot about blog post categories. We're going to create one for authors. And, I want to keep this one simple. No summary, just their bio and their picture. Do you even want the email? And am I going to even display this? Where are we going to display this? I think we'll delete the email, but we'll just keep maybe just the Twitter. Create that. And then we'll go back to the blog posts, and then we're going to link to the author. Select the author of this post. The only thing that we should add here, because it's a kind of a basic thing for a blog post, are collection items or our categories, which we kind of have here. So categories, no icon, no color, just very, very basic for this one. Maybe we'll keep the color in. Maybe there's something neat we can do with that. Okay. So categories. Whoop. Category. Category of Webflow. Can we use a can't? Oh, we do have. So that's a Webflow blue. Perfect. It's nice that we can access these. I remember before we couldn't access them. We actually have a description. I don't think we need this either. I'll delete that. We'll keep it super simple. And another category of minimal. And we'll make that like a very light gray. Okay, and we need an author. Now, whatever. I'll use my name for now, but I don't think I want to use it. I think we'll come up with something. We need like a pen name or something like that. Okay, new blog post. What do we call this? Well, the first one, I guess we'll just do Hello World, because that's, that's standard. Welcome to the first, welcome to, the first Webflow template created by Pixel. Yeah, there we go. I'll be the author, and we need some Ipsum just for now. This is always so long. All right, create that one. We'll create one more. Have some new text here. Let's go here and copy that, paste, and copy and paste. All right, so we have that. Let's go back to our home page here. And we're going to create another section to put this in. And we're just going to call this originally, we'll call it posts. I wonder if we should call it homepage. No, posts is good. And in here, well, first we'll go, we need a heading. It's going to be an H2 heading. Post, but we're definitely going to make this like an 8. Oh, that's even much smaller or much larger than we want. Let's go H6. I know we don't have any here, but we're going to create one right now. 700. Yeah. And the font, yeah, primary font. Or is it secondary font? No, primary font. Yeah. That's at the top. And here, this is going to be the actual post. All right, heading. Oh, wait. Back up. We need to put this in a collection. And the source is going to be the blog posts. And okay, that's good. So in here, of course, we need our heading, which is going to be blog post. Right, and this is going to be a H3 heading. But again, if we look at the class, it's going to be H6. And in here, we're going to name this one, this is just going to be the post. So if there's anything that we're going to want to do to the post, we'll do it here. Text, we're going to put this the post summary. And we actually Control-Alt-G. We need to put this in the post. I'll say put this in the post text. And then on the right side, we're going to have the post meta. And then here's where we're going to have what are we going to have? The date and then the written by and the author name. Okay. So this is going to be the post date. Published on. And the format. Right. I don't know what gives us the one that I really like. It doesn't look like it's going to. So I like day, month, and year, but all with spacing in between. We don't have it. So we might have to just settle for something like this. Oh, and this is also annoying because it's not going to show up because it's never actually been published. So let's just modify it on the created by date, just so we can see something here. Okay, I had it. So post date, you're going to be a little bit of a smaller size. So you're going to go down to 14. And you're going to have a very small padding top to bottom. In fact, you're just going to have to be displayed inline block, I do believe. 0.5, 0.5, border radius. Do I have a border global radius? I don't have a for global radius, which is fine. Your color is going to be text secondary, and you are going to have a background pretty light. Let's try. I almost want something in the middle of these two. Let's go with 100. And then I'm going to have another div here. This is going to say written by, and then another text. Post author and their name. Okay. So this is post written by. I need to change the text color to text secondary. And this is just post author. Oh. This here is post author. Because this one needs to be flex. 3.25 REM is about the size of a space. Okay, and then this whole post, of course. So we do need it flex. We do need it to space equally. We want it to align up at the top. And we do need to have a gap in between. And this stuff in the post meta, though, needs to all be aligned to the left, to the right, I should say. And this needs to not break. How do we make it so that it doesn't break? I don't need it to wrap. That's the problem. But it's wrapping because of this. Is there any other way that I could display this instead of flex? If it's inline block, no, that's not going to be helpful at all. I think we need to do this, although I don't want it to break. Oh yeah, right, no wrap, there we go. Yeah, there we go. So this post meta, also flex it horizontally, don't stretch, and a little bit of a gap in between, way too much. 0.5, ooh, not 1.5, 0.5, And I think we need to have, I think right here, we'll go posts container. And I guess we can flex this one as well. But what we'll do is put our gap here. That's almost too much. What did we have it here? No, I think that's what we had. What is our gap? 48. 16 times 3. Yep. Okay, that's not too bad. Maybe the colors are a little bit, I could do something with the colors maybe, but. I think instead of putting these in sections because of the way that they're, oh, well, hang on. Right, the sections, I only have 2 on this page and 1 on other page. Right, I can't change the, right, that's the problem with sections. I guess what I can do, sorry, there's too much spacing here for my liking. So I think I'm going to go into my section for layout, and I'm going to change this to 3 because it's way too much. Okay, that's much better. Much better. And the last thing here, we need to give this one a margin bottom 3. This, I'm gonna go post. Like excerpt. That's if we just wanted to have a specific text color though, right? What do we say? I think we could just give it as our text color. Actually, I think this is what it is. Whoops, no. I'll go back here. Because I just basically want to change this text color. That's almost too much. Yeah, that's much better. I could just say 600. In fact, the only difference is, yeah, let's go. Text neutral, 600. And post date. I wonder if we just bolded this and made it even just a little bit smaller. Let's do 125. Yeah, I don't know if that draws too much attention to the date. And that's not too bad. Okay. Although we need a little bit of spacing here in between the title and the text. There we go. There we go. There we have a very simple, bare bones wrapper or object, whatever, for a collection of blog posts to be displayed on a homepage or anywhere really. Yeah. All right, I like that. And then if we go down here, we're in here for the footer. And then remember Alt0169, copyright 2024, naked flow. And we're just going to put this here as copyright. Size of the text 0.75. Text secondary. Line height. And I guess what we can do with this footer is we can put a little bit of distance from the top to the content, to the last piece of content. All right, I kind of like that. So with our posts here, I think one thing that we like to do, hang on, let's go to our container here. What is our container size? If we go into our variables, we have our layout. Container is 60 rem. How wide is that? I can't remember. So 60 times 16, about 960. So I think we could go for 1,000. Divided by 16, so 62.5. Let's go there. Oh. And the padding is on the inside. Yeah, I think that's okay. So if we take these posts, let's go auto because $40, that's too much. 45, I think that's good. 5 is 62.5. 52.5. Oops, 52.5. That gives 10. But if I do another 5, 62.5 minus 15, 47.5. There we go. Okay. Yeah, that's good. A little bit different with the colors and everything, but I like it. In fact, I don't want this to be text secondary. I like how our secondary text was actually, it's almost like neutral 600. Maybe I'll change that. In fact, let's have a look here. think we need to have a little bit of margin here just to make that breathe a little bit more. Yeah, that's better. Okay, that's the home page. Well, let's call this logo here 700, not underlined, and black. Yeah. Okay, I think that's looking pretty good. I think that's looking pretty good. So we have the About page, and of course we have the individual post page. Is there anything else that should be changed before we move on here? I think what we can do, a couple things. We can take this header and we can make that into a component. Right, so we'll just call this header. And then we can do the same. I know there's not much in the footer, but never a bad thing to put the footer in a component, because especially if you know you're going to be using it on every page. Create component, footer. Oh, excuse me. I'm not sure why I'm so tired. I thought I got some good sleep last night. Okay. I think that's good. So let's take this. Let's duplicate this page. And this is just going to be about. About the Naked Flow starter project for Webflow. Create. Okay. So the difference we need here is just basically we need like a page container. Okay, so I think we're definitely going to have a page main, but I'm also going to throw it into page container. Yeah, because this is going to have a max width of whatever this one was. What was this one? 47.5. Actually, I need to change that. Let's go to the home page. Oops, not that home page. This home page. 47.5 REM. Then the width is 100. There we go. That's what we wanted to do. Go back here. Uh, 47.5 with 100%. But then we gotta center it, of course. All right. Nope, not that section. Div section. Heading. And about Naked Flow. Right. And we're going to give this H3 heading. This whole hero section can go away. And I think, are we going to throw in a rich text? I don't know if I want to throw in a rich text for this one. That's all deleted. Because basically, well, we're going to have text in there, right? And the problem with rich text is you can't really get that granular in terms of identifying a specific item and then giving it its own class. I guess you could if you want to put it in these crazy spans, but that's like way too much, way too granular. Is that the word? We don't want to go that in depth because that would be a nightmare for maintaining and then also for consistency. But I mean, if we have our paragraph here, we have another heading. This would be an H2 heading. Paste. H4, I think we want to go with like an H6 class again with this one. And yeah, we don't want to mess around with all paragraphs just quite yet in this page. So we could call this, no, I think we can leave it as it is now because that's text primary and it already looks different in color from the text heading. So I think that text heading is neutral 900 and text just primary is neutral 700. So we're already a few degrees lighter in shade. So that's good. Again, the only thing here is maybe how we manage the spacing. We know we can just do like this, right? For our margins. I'm just worried about throwing too many margins on individual paragraphs. And if that's going to be a little bit too confusing. In fact, I think it would be a little bit too confusing. I don't know. So we want our margin bottom here. Of course, we want a little... Just a small one here for the small headings. So just something simple like that. Again, obviously a very, very basic about page, which is just kind of content heavy, which the user can customize to their needs. But you know, the global structures of everything, like within Navigator, it's kind of already pre-built, right? That's kind of the point behind this. Okay, so what else do we need to do? I think the only thing that's really left, I mean, there's quite a lot of little details to finish up here, but just having the post page. I'll get started on that real quickly here, because I think, well, I think we could just even copy this page, because it's going to be in the CMS page in the blog post template. Paste this all in here. I might want to do this the same thing as a page main, but it might be posts instead. Instead of post container, should I call it page container? Kind of want to keep it the same, so that way if I change it on one, it's going to change for all, right? Blog post name. And then we're going to go here. I think we'll just go, we'll call it in here. We'll call everything like blog post and then whatever it is. Blog post. This will be meta, I guess. Nope. Just a text link that says written by. Link. No link just yet. Written by the post author on and created on day. Right. Blog post meta. Again, I'm going to flex 0.25 spacing. Way too much margin there. I'll have to put that margin on here. Blog post meta, actually it's its own class, so we're good by just adding it here. And then of course, below here is where the rich text is going to be. Post content. Rich text. Oop. Right, there we go. And then of course we can fill out this whole thing and have a really kind of nice display of rich text kind of within this. Welcome to Webflow. Here's what you do. Here's how to work with it, blah, blah, blah. Just kind of a very, very easy kind of built-in guide, I guess, built in within the structure of the template itself, right? Into the page. Okay, so that's it's pretty good for now. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this offline and I'm going to do a lot of work just cleaning up the little nitty-gritty stuff that's maybe not needed, or maybe that I'm finding doesn't work really well in the style guide, or whatever the case may be, and just kind of tightening up this whole design for this starter project. And we'll get back together tomorrow, and we're going to see where we're at, and we're going to finish it sometime tomorrow. And then we're going to update our Pixel Pieces website with this first component, for this first template. and we're gonna actually have like the template section within Pixel Pieces. And this one will be for free. Nothing too fancy with this one. We're just getting used to the whole templates and how to make them, and we're just gonna keep moving forward, I guess, right? All right, so that's it for me for today. Kevin, Brent, Rolando, TT as well. Thank you so much for your comments. Much appreciate the engagement. Of course, welcome back to Brent. Welcome back to Rolando. You guys were both away for a while. Great to have you back on board and back on the stream. And that's it for me. Keep plugging away. Keep working away at your business or your dreams, whatever it is that you're working towards. Keep plugging away one day at a time. And I'm pretty sure we're going to get there. Right, guys? Okay, that's it for me. Take care. Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow.